floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we've got an AFC North tilt here, and this is a division coming into 2019 where maybe you're saying, is there a changing at the guard at the top?
And if so, could it be a team that possibly we haven't talked about in a long time? Could it be the Cleveland Browns? Because they are the trendy pick right now with the young quarterback Baker Mayfield, the acquisition of Odell Beckham Jr., and so many other great moves that they've made along the way. Can they now move to the top of the leaderboard ahead of Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati? They believe they can.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Time to get our first look at this Pittsburgh Steelers offense coming off a loss last week against San Francisco. So now Pittsburgh at 0-3, Charles, and a lot of interest obviously in the quarterback position. Mason Rudolph stepping in for the injured Roethlisberger. He threw for 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also did throw an interception.
So the numbers aren't bad. They look like a young quarterback getting his first start, and he actually had his team in the game throughout. But consistency is going to be the key. Can he continue to improve on that performance and then start making some plays that are winning plays? Because this team 0-3, I don't think any of us would have thought it when the season began.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
In the center for Pittsburgh, Marquise Pouncey, one of the most physical and agile players at his position in the league. A 7-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. He's the keystone of one of the top offensive lines in the league.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Strong safety Sean Williams really bounced back from injuries in previous seasons to post one of the best years of his NFL career. 5 interceptions in 2018, led the league in interception return yards, provides great veteran leadership, and some real thump coming from his spot in the secondary.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Great. Mike back two. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Let's go.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
On the double.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, check.
On second down, it's Connor. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll get that one complete to Connor. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
As Cincinnati gets ready to take possession here on offense, you know, they're 0-3. We talked about that earlier. Let's look at their next 3 games. At Pittsburgh, hosting Arizona, then they go back on the road to Baltimore. That one obviously won't be easy. Could this be an 0-6 team in 3 weeks?
It very well could be, but let's flip it around and try and look positively for them because at Pittsburgh is not what it was before. With the injuries the Steelers have had, the Steelers also off to an 0-3 start. That's an opportunity to actually go in and steal one. Arizona, 0-2-1 in the early going with a rookie quarterback in Kyler Murray. You've got a chance. Got them at home. Then the tough one to me, on the road against Baltimore, who's playing awfully well in the early going, despite a loss to Kansas City last week. So I'm not sure they get to 0-6. If they do, they've really got problems because I think they've got 2 winnable games coming up.
Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the years in the AFC North. And able to find Green. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Pittsburgh's offense taking the field again here. CD, we talked earlier about their 0-3 start to the season and how obviously that's a complete shock to everybody. They've never had a losing season under Coach Tomlin. How much optimism now could there be at 0-3, if any?
As far as this year, I think it's really tough. It's a major stretch, and Mike Tomlin will continue to stress that teams have started seasons 0-4 and made the playoffs. Remember the Chargers doing that back in the day? But at the same time, you have to be realistic. Brand new quarterback, just getting his first starts in the NFL, trying to put that all together in a very tough division with Baltimore playing well. I think it's really, really difficult to see this team being in the playoff race for another season. And how about this? They play Cincinnati next week. Both teams fighting to get their first win. When the season began, we thought maybe Pittsburgh would be playing this game fighting for first place. Cincinnati, not surprised, they're 0-3.
Ready? 18 Gator.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Snap.
Right back to Connor here on first. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On second down now. It's Connor, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Connor, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The outlaw.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there, first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
The first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Connor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, big man with the ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Down. 70. Indy. Ready?
They'll look to run with Connor. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. To the left side here for Eifert. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They didn't have a ton of yards to pick up on that 3rd down, but there was no way they were playing that one safe. They decided to take that one downtown. They must have felt that they had a big play that was waiting for them. Unfortunately, it was incomplete.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rudolph. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Come on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Rudolph. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on second down, Rudolph. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On the draw, Connor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
On the draw, Connor. And an alley to run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all about the defense. Just a lone field goal in that first half. And as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights. But that's okay. We've got a full half to go. And to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Switzer on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
Look out for number 1.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he finds McDonald. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. What we got?
They'll run on first down. It's Connor trying to run inside, but nothing there. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Got it? Mike, 57. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Fight.
Third and long, it's Rudolph. He's going to launch it for Washington. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Boswell good with the extra point. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Passing. It's Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A draw play. Bernard working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Dalton now to pass. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. An 11-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the run is Connor. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This is counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Rudolph now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So now Dalton and the Bengals down 13-7, 45 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Big spot. Andy Dalton throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden likes to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Back to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.
Post-game report player stats.